Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour because we want to give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here Monday through Friday on the Drive-Thru every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is give you live free sports picks from the primetime games. And to help us out, our professionals over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a look at who'll be on the show for today. And we got James Clark to join us. Ron Romanelli, Mitch is in here from Hawaii.
Aloha.
Nino will join us. And sure, looking great. Ann, how you doing?
Hey, good, thank you.
All right, Al McMordie, top of the leaderboard for 2021, doing fantastic work. And Chris Ruffalo will co-host. Let's take a look at how they'll line up for today. Clark, Nino, McMordie, Shore, Romanelli, Ruffalo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how's day baseball treating you?
You know what? It good or bad, happy that it's here. You know, this is something that we know well. You know, we never take it for granted when it went here, but man, I'm just happy to have it back. Like I said, winning or losing, I'm just happy to have daytime baseball. But I'm ready to give out some winners tonight.
Ready to go, some winners. All right, we're going to go ahead and silence you for a few minutes here. We're going to go to our Skype for the first two guests. So get a nice little break to start the show. I know we worked you hard. You pulled in some full shows here the last few times.
It's like when the coach calls timeout right off the opening tip. It's just like, well, it was expected.
It was expected. All right, let's welcome James Clark to the Drive-Thru. James, how you doing?
Pretty good, Tony. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. I wish I was doing as well as you were in the NBA. As we're looking up at the leaderboard, you're doing fantastic works. And let's take a look at the game for you today. Rockets at Mavericks, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We see the Dallas Mavericks are laying 10, total 223.5.
Well, Tony, if you look at this on paper, man, you know, I love the over in this game. I mean, I know John Wall's out, but, you know, Houston, you know, they've been scoring. If you look at it in their last 10 games, you know, they're averaging almost 114 points, and they're letting their opponents average 116 points in their last 10 games. I know they're 2-8, but I'm not looking at the win here. I'm looking at the over. And then if you look at the Dallas Mavericks, the same thing. You know, they are winning their last 10 games. They won 7 of their last 10 games. But again, you know, here they are averaging 113, 114, letting their opponents average 105, 110. So, you know, this is – for NBA times right now, this is a pretty low total, I think. And if you see just a few nights ago, you know, the Suns, when Rockets played the Suns, 120-something to 120-something. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing. So I really like the over in this game right here, Tony.
All right, over 223.5. I can't argue with you on that one because we have seen improvement here from the Rockets offensively, shooting the basketball. Avery Bradley looks like he'll play, and also looks like Kristaps Porzingis wasn't against New York when he walked off the court with that wrist injury. He looks like he's probable to go too. So we got Porzingis who can add some offense as well as Bradley here for the Rockets.
Yeah, Tony, something else I'd like to add. If you look at these two teams, if Chris Porzingis does play, now many people ain't got this to bet, but if you do, he scored the first basket in 4 of the last 5 games. And also Luka, when they played the Rockets, he's had a triple-double in the last 4 of the last 5 games. I mean, it's just a little prop bet if somebody wants to throw in us. But, I mean, it's good odds if you hit it there or if you're allowed to bet it.
All right, James here on the Mavericks for the show here. Mavericks, Houston Rockets over 223.5. You can watch this one over on NBA League Pass channel and with a start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, James, I know you've been doing fantastic work this year in the NBA. Let's go ahead and put the numbers here. Nearly 1,300 units of profit. That is all documented. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, I had an early game to go off. I had a 7-pack that had the two MLB and 5 basketball. But my baseball game went off earlier. But right now I got a 5-pack NBA stack, 5 games that I really love tonight in the NBA. And as you said, you know, I've been pretty hot here in the NBA. So you know, jump on board. These are 5 games that I really love. You know, look to go 5-0. You know, we all do. You know, when we all say it or throw it out there, we actually do think we go 5-0. You can team me up, you know, with Tony, with any of the other top cappers, with El Nino's. You know, he's right at the top in the NHL. You get the NBA guy and the NHL guy, team us up, you know, and go grab us, and we'll both put money in your pockets.
That's right.
Or or today pass, get my pass today and get 3-7, or get a long, or a 30-day pass, and I'll put money in your pockets as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. He gave you all the offers. Doing my work is great. We see 1,300 units of profit here the past for the NBA this season. So get on board with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. And, of course, that 2-for-1 capper special is a really good deal. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. And, of course, maybe we'll be on the call for you tomorrow.
I'm always waiting on that phone call message, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show.
I appreciate your dedication to the show and, of course, the industry. You're doing fantastic work. One of the newer cappers here, James Clark. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And, of course, we're giving Chris a little break right now. So let's go ahead and welcome to the show right now. Nino is on Skype. We got to take that pick down from him. Let's get his lower third up here. Al, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Doing fine. All right. Let's take a look at the game you have for the show today. You're going to look at, nice one here, late night on TNT. We got the Suns, the host the Jazz, 10 Eastern time, their TNT doubleheader game here with the Jazz road favorite to 227.
Yeah, this should definitely be a great matchup between two of the teams having two of the better seasons out of everybody else. They both have great records. Utah used to lead the league against the spread. Now they've dropped a bit there, and it's Phoenix actually leading the league there. But that being said, it's just a 2-point spread in this game, so I'm not really worried about that too much. And while Utah has a couple injuries, they got all their main guys healthy, and when they got their main guys healthy, I also like their bench. Whoever's the healthy bench I'll take those players over the Suns bench as well. So I like the starters and the backup unit for Utah better here. I'm gonna lay the 2 points with the Jazz.
All right, Al Nino is going to go ahead and take the Utah Jazz laying the 2 here against the Phoenix Suns. All right, Al, we look at this matchup. It's a front end and back to back for both teams Phoenix will be the road team tomorrow, Jazz the home team tomorrow. But I have a question for you here. We're looking at this Utah team. Defensively, though, has not been as strong on the road. Is that any concern to you?
Yeah, but I do think they match up well here. I mean, I'll take their guards over as good as the Suns guards are. They're two of the better guards in the league, but I would go with the Jazz guards there. And defensively, I think Gobert does match up well with Ayton, although I would take Ayton offensively. I do think Gobert can stop a lot of what he brings if he steps up defensively and plays up to the level we've seen him play before.
All right, now Nino's here, Jazz lane 2 against the Phoenix Suns. This one, 10 Eastern time, your TNT doubleheader game for you tonight. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work right now from the NHL. We're going to bring it up right now. 619 units of profit, ranked number 2. We got a single game going in prime time in baseball. We got a good NBA card, some hockey. What you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, unfortunately, don't have a play on the very late baseball game. I do have my favorite NBA and NHL play of the day still up there so if you want to check those out. And one more baseball play about to start soon. So if you want to get on the long-term pass and check that one out too, I think that's a very solid play there too.
All right, you see the numbers here from El Nino, 619 units of profit. That's NHL document. It's got some action over on the site today. Pick up one of his passes for one day, and of course, make that upgrade with those winnings. That 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass is your best value over at Pig Dogs Premium, because you'll get every play that Al releases on the site. You set the terms when you go to the profile page and you pick up one of the packages. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Of course, you last-minute replacement. We appreciate that and your dedication to the show. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk with you. Well, who knows? Maybe in a couple of days if we need to fill it.
Always ready, Tony. You guys have a good night and enjoy the games tonight. Got some good ones on deck, that's for sure.
Yeah, good ones on deck. All right, Al Nino's here on the drive-thru. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Chris. Chris, you ready? Feel ready for the show?
Yeah, I'm all recharged. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. All right, just in time to let everybody know, guys. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Of course, it all gets started with the morning show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's right, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Mitch, Rod Zawacki and Brian Bittler will get things started for you. Of course, we have those 2 YouTube premium shows are early and late, so make sure you check the description below for that link. Of course, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-thru. And of course, we always ask you guys, give us a thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us build our audience, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely it does. I mentioned a couple days ago, it was almost just yesterday where we weren't anywhere close to 40,000 or even above 40,000 subscribers where we are now. And it's all thanks to all the love and support that we've got from the Pick Dogs family. I mean, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up already, please do. It's right underneath the video. It helps us out a ton, like Tony said. It allows us to get all the cappers on and give us more quality content throughout the week. And again, we couldn't do it without all the love and support from you guys. That's
right. We appreciate all the support from everyone here on the drive-thru, of course, as well as from Pick Dogs, of course, the drive-thru show. Keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's continue on here now on the drive-thru, and let's go ahead and welcome to the show Al McMordie. You'll find him top of leaderboards for 2021. Of course, Al, congratulations, number 1 for the year in college basketball that just finished here. Just edged out Chris Ruffalo at the end.
We'll call it a co-number 1 between me and Chris. It's it was basically a virtual tie, so it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Got to give Chris credit. He made a late run there at the end.
Yeah, how about my Baylor Bears? I know Chris took them on the money line, and then they were my pick. 5 months ago, I predicted Baylor would beat Gonzaga in the championship game. Of course, that came to fruition. 2 tournaments ago, I had Virginia at 22-1 odds. This year, it was Baylor at 12-1. I give out my futures plays for free before the start of every season, and it's just been magical, really, the last several years. We had the Washington Nationals at 18-1, the Dodgers last year at 4-1. We had the Astros in 2017 at 10-1. This year, Shane Mickle will be happy. We've got the Minnesota Twins at 22-1, and we'll just keep it going.
We'll keep it going. We're waiting for college football, NFL, of course. You got college basketball 21-22. So we'll wait for L's. We'll wait for his future play when that's ready. All right, Al. Let's take a look here at the NBA. As you know how this business is, you're only as good as your next day, right? So we got the Nuggets here.
Believe me, I know how that is.
The Nuggets hosting the Spurs here. And we've all had that handicapper flu before. We've suffered that. Nuggets here hosting the Spurs. Nuggets to lay 6.5 total 221.
Yeah, this is I'm a San Antonio Spurs fanatic for about 40, how long has it been? Probably about 43 years I've been a Spurs fan, so I kind of know my team. Let's look at Denver. Last night Denver, they won their 6th straight game and 15th out of their last 18 with a blowout win over the Detroit Pistons, and the Spurs are now going to go into Denver rested, but they're not very happy in the Alamo City as San Antonio ended a 9-game homestand with 3 straight upset home losses. How often has that happened in the Greg Popovich era? Not very often. Their last game was probably the worst of the bunch. They lost by 24 as an 8-point home favorite to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The good news for San Antonio tonight is that teams off 3 straight home upset losses have covered 67%, going all the way back to 1991. If their opponents off back-to-back wins. So that's one reason I favor the silver and black tonight. Another is that the Spurs historically have excelled versus unrested opponents under Popovich. They're 98-71 ATS, their last 169. But even better, Denver at home when playing without rest, 50-95 ATS, its last 145. Denver, for its part, is off back-to-back double-digit blowout wins. Unfortunately for Denver, 0-9-1 ATS, its last 10, off back-to-back double-digit wins. I'm taking the Spurs plus the points.
All right, out here on the Spurs plus the 6.5 against Nuggets. I agree with that angle. I thought the same thing with the Popovich seeing this loss here against the Cleveland. Chris, what say you?
Yeah, I've got to be in the same boat as well. I mean, like you guys said, it doesn't happen very often in the Greg Popovich era where losses like this come to be. And you look at what the Spurs have done: 6 against the spread in their last 7, following a double-digit loss. The Nuggets, on the other hand, like you said, they blew out the Pistons. But I just think this is a bit of a letdown spot for Denver. I think the Spurs come in little bit of a fire under their butt after those losses and come out and battle the Nuggets hard, if not win this game outright. So I'll take the points as well.
All right, taking the points here. Agreement here with the San Antonio Spurs plus the 6.5. If the Spurs start a road trip, let's see if they can start off here with a cover or maybe even a win outright here against the Nuggets. All right, Al, let's take a look here at the board tonight. We got NBA. We also have some hockey. A single game from baseball in the prime time. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I finally got the baseball season off this week. I passed last week. If the Phillies can hold on here, we'll now be 17-7 across all sports. Our last 24, 284 and 205. My last 489. I've got one play left. A very good play. It does go in the NBA. I'm passing on the ice on this Wednesday. But don't miss my NBA Elite Info winner. It's up right now, or of course the best deal of all is to get a week or a month to get all of my award-winning selections over the long term.
That's right, guys. Check out Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers. Number one ranked capper for 2021. He just completed the college basketball season, number one, winning across the sports here. You can see the numbers, 3,874 units of profit. You can check his profile page. It's transparent. Every play is documented there for you to see. Get on board with his winner tonight from the NBA and take those winnings. Go long term. That's the best value. That 30-day all sports pass will get you every play from Al McMordie on the site. He covers the NBA, he covers NHL, MLB, and that's the best value there on the board. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Tony. Keep the winners coming.
All right, we shall. Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with the show. Let's welcome in our friend Ann Shore. She joins us here on Wednesdays. You'll find her over at Pick Dogs Premium. She's chasing Al on that leaderboard. Number 2 year to date. Ann, how you doing? We need to get you off mute. I know your voice doesn't carry this far. You're on the mute.
I know that I'm 2 for 2 on that. 3 for 3 technically, if you count the end of last week's show. Yeah, I'm always chasing Al, but you know what? Hey, you got the big A's up there. So, and Al, we're coming. We're coming for those books in Vegas.
All right, no doubt about it.
It's all about taking their money.
No question about that. All right, you're going to be looking at this Magic Wizards game, 7 Eastern time. NBA League Pass channel has it. Wizards road favorites of 3.5. Total sits here at 222.5.
Yeah, so I had to pick the two worst teams. Well, two worst teams of the Eastern Conference to be playing each other tonight, but. This is one of these games, I do like here, and like I said, if you take the last 3 teams of the Eastern Conference, these 2 are at the bottom here, and they both had terrible season, and they are both dealing with a lot of injuries. And the one thing about this is Washington's lost 12 of their last 15 games, and Orlando's lost 15 of their last 19 games. So both teams are really hoping for a win. But the thing about the Magic is the Magic blew up their roster. They've been playing new players, getting them in the lineup, getting a feel for the future here. And so, to me, with Bradley Beal is going to be out, but I think with Westbrook here, he's second paid in the NBA, second or third paid in the NBA. He should be able to handle this team. And if you look at the scores with this, you got Wizards are coming an average of 113 points per game, shooting at 46%. But they are allowing 118 points per game on 47% shooting. Now, the Magic, on the other hand, are only averaging 104 points per game. So, like I said, if we can get some good defense tonight, this one's going to be good. And they are allowing 111 points per game. I forgot to add that in. Realistically, with the Wizards, and you saw in the last game on Monday, they were crushing. They were doing very well against the Raptors. And it was just comes down to the fourth quarter, and they go ice cold, only put up 15 points, and Raptors win by 3. So I don't think they want to make that same mistake tonight. I think they're going to come out and do well with this game. One thing I pulled up, too, is when you look at when they're playing against the Wizards are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games with the team with the losing record. So I really think this one is going to go to the Wizards tonight. I think they're a little bit embarrassed by Monday night, and they'll come out and play better tonight, especially with Westbrook.
All right, Ann Shore here, going to go ahead and take the Wizards, laying the 3.5 against the Orlando Magic. All right, Chris, we got the Wizards here against this patchwork Magic team.
Yeah, and it's weird that the Magic offload all their star players and then they decide to start winning games. Like, I can't figure out the Magic. My stronger play here was the under, just because, we talk about the Wizards and how this team doesn't play defense, so they haven't been scoring lately either, under 104 in each of their last 4 games. And the Magic, well, we know they've had scoring issues all season long, so I just don't know how we get to 222.5 here. My initial lean on the side was towards the Magic just because of recent success, but I think the stronger play here for me is the under.
All right, looking under. And anything to add there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have the Magic, and when they lose the last 5 games, they've lost by the last 5 games that they've lost was of an average of over 9.4 points per game. So if they're losing tonight, which I expect them to be, it's going to be by hopefully a lot.
All right, looking at a blowout loss again here for the Orlando Magic and Shore with the Wizards here laying the 3.5. Of course, this game will start top of the hour in an NBA League Pass channel. All right, Dan, let's take a look over at the board where you're doing fantastic work here. 1,269 units of profit for 2021. Baseball, you've been on fire in baseball. Still 4-0 in hockey. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, that game got I was so excited for that win. I had a lot of money on the game, and then what they do, they postpone it. And I'm like, I'm ready to just give up with this. I'm like, maybe I'll just end at 4-0. But there's still that one pick coming in, and I can't wait. So that game's coming up soon. Baseball, yeah, guys, get on my MLB package that's up there right now. I don't think I have anything up for sale tonight on Pick Dogs because my games are already done for the day. We want to get in MLB. I'm 6-2 my 1 whole week into MLB now, so definitely going to want to get on my seasonal package. It won't let you down. Coming from a D2 softball player here, I'm going to make sure I take care of you on MLB.
That's really, and sure, you see the numbers here, 1,269 units of profit for 2021. Get on board with the pass, the long-term pass. He's got her baseball pass up there at a very good value. If we want to go long-term, that's the best value. That 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. You get every play from Ann Shore over at Pig Dogs Premium for the 30-day pass. Well, you get 30 days. That would be the NBA. That would be Major League Baseball. And when she has that hockey play ready, you'll get it because she's 4-0 in hockey and wait for that next winner from Ann Shore over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Ann, as always, great having your show. Of course, looking at my shoulder here, see the Phil's up 7-1.
I know. I think they'll do it. I woke up feeling the Mets, and then I said, I can't do that. Phillies all the way. Let's go. I got my red on. So
Phillies all the way. We got to get that virtual high five for that good luck. Great work for the year to date. All right. You'll be back tomorrow in a fill-in role out of the bullpen. She can win 2 from there. All right, Ann, have yourself a great night.
You too, guys, and congratulations, Chris, on your on that money line right there. That was so nice. I loved it.
Thanks.
And that under.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. And she'll here on the drive-through. Check her out over on the site. She'll be here at the end of the show as we recap all the plays. I'd like to get her opinion here on these plays and critique them a little bit. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. It's time now to welcome Romanelli. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's also part of that morning show on the weekend edition, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch. You got Rod Sawacki. You got Brian Bittler. Let's go ahead and bring in Ron Romanelli right now as he makes his Wednesday appearance. Ron, how you doing?
Hey, guys. How are you?
All right. You got the baseball straw for today. The lone game in primetime. We got you covered in baseball. Rockies to host the D-backs. We got the Diamondbacks favorite on the road. Favorite minus 115. Total 11. No. Bumgarner was not scratched. Okay, 11.5. All right. That's still there. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I mean, both the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are more than likely going to be at the bottom of the National League standings at the end of the year, and that stems from their weak pitching staffs. Both teams have a bottom 10 bullpen, and both teams are sending a pretty weak starting pitcher to the mound that were hit hard in their season debut. I mean, Madison Bumgarner, like Tony mentioned, is no longer pitching like he was with the Giants from 2011, 2019. Mad Bum has struggled in a Diamondback jersey. And then you look at the other side, Antonio Senzatella. He had a solid 2020 campaign and did pretty well in spring training as well. But he was absolutely crushed in his season debut against the Dodgers at Coors. He had 7 earned runs on 9 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Just a bad start from him. And then you look at the Rockies and the Diamondbacks in their season series. They always play each other really tight. Usually comes down to a last team to score wins kind of game. Last night's game was no exception. Went into extra innings, and it was a final score of 10-8 in favor of the Diamondbacks. It's not too uncommon for those two teams at Coors Field. The total for this one is set at 11.5, and it may sound square to take an over in a Rockies game at home, but it just makes too much sense for me to pass it up. So I'm going to take the over I expect a lot of runs from both of these teams. Maybe one of these teams gets to 12 runs by themselves. So I'll take the over in this game.
All right, Ron Romanelli here on the over 11.5 runs here, Rockies and D-backs with Zenzatella and Mad Bum. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this one?
Well, it may be a square play, but I expect there to be a check mark in the middle of that square after this one because I'm going to be on the over here as well. You know, Madison Bumgarner, an ERA well over 6 at Coors Field in his last 2 seasons pitching there. And Antonio Senzatella, well, this is a guy that gets shelled left and right against the D-backs. Last year in 2020 against the D-backs, 2 starts, 7.84 ERA. That 29 ERA in 3 starts. I don't see that being any different here. I could easily see this with 15 run more. So I like the overs as well.
All right, agreement here on the over 11.5 Rockies and D-backs, 8:40 Eastern time, and MLB extra innings package. All right, Rom, let's take a look here over at Pig Dogs Premium for tonight. We just have that lone baseball, but there's some hockey and NBA. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, but nothing left for sale for me today. A lot of my early games in the MLB had a bit of a slow start to the MLB season, but starting to see the games a lot better, really well this past couple days. Now would be a great time to sign up for one of my long-term plans as I start to heat up, and it's going to save you a lot of money as well. Also, don't forget, take advantage of the best deal in sports handicapping history in our YouTube Premium. You get premium picks from multiple cappers each and every day, and of course, you're going to get some of my premium picks on the weekend shows as well. So check the description down below for the link, and you can sign up.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Ron Romanelli over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got the long-term passes up there. Of course, you've got those YouTube Premium, which is great value there, the early and late. Follow the link below, and you'll be able to get on board with that great value there. There's like 8 premium plays there for each day, and it's a very great value there. All right, you'll check out Ron Romanelli over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get one of those long-term passes from Ron. All right, Ron, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you here next week. But we'll tune in to the morning show on the weekends at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time for you on Saturday and Sundays.
Yep. See you guys. Have a good night, and let's get some winners tonight.
Absolutely. Let's get some winners here. Ron Romanelli delivering the winners here on the drive-thru. He's done very good work for us here. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for Chris, front and center. You're going to be looking at an NBA contest between the Hornets and the OKC Thunder here. Let's take a look here at the game information. We'll get it here up in just a second now. Here we go. All right, Chris, let's take a look at it here. Thunder to host the Hornets. Hornets laying 5.5 on the road. Total 213.5.
Yeah, this is a tough one to call, just mainly because you look at all the star power that the Charlotte Hornets are missing for this game. Obviously, no Gordon Hayward, no LaMelo Ball. You look at the other side, Oklahoma City. We talked about them a couple days ago. The laundry list of guys that are on the injury report, whether it's by their own volition or not. Al Horford being sat out in favor of guys. Jake just out with a foot problem. Lou Dort dealing with a concussion. It's just a ton of talent missing on both sides. And then also on top of that, the Hornets have just played a lot of low-scoring games on the road. Their last 8 away from home have gone under the number. 6 of those having at least a cushion of at least 7 points from the total. You look at the Thunder as well. I mean, this is a Thunder team we're talking about defensive efficiency. 2nd worst in the NBA in terms of offensive efficiency. 9-4 to the under in their last 13 following a loss. I just see this being a game where the total on this game is low for a reason. I've seen it hovering around 213, 214. I think it's even been dropping since then. I'm on the under all day here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a game where the first 100, 105 wins. I think we're going to even struggle to get to that number. So I'm leaning towards the under in this one.
All right, Chris, going to go under here. Hornets and Thunder, 213.5. Only one concern there, Chris. Looking at the Thunder current form here, past 5 games, allowing 50% shooting, 127 points a game here. So something here to worry about, right?
I can see the concern with that because, you can only control so much on the end of the floor. But I just think this is a case where the Thunder don't have necessarily enough to really contribute to their share of getting to this 213.5. And, a lot of the top tier production for Charlotte is missing here, like Gordon Hayward and LaMelo Ball. There's still some talent on the Hornets, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough to really get us to 213 here. I could see 205 maybe. We're going to maybe get a little bit nervous getting closer to 210, but I don't see it getting to 213.5.
Yeah, they were held at 85 at Portland, where it was OKC here. And, of course, Charlotte, pretty good defensive form past 5 games, holding teams to 43% shooting. All right, under 213.5 in this game. And, of course, it'll tip off here at 8 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pig Dog Spin, where you're showing pretty good results here for 2021. You got close to Al for college basketball, number 2 on the board, but right now, past 3 days, 785 units of profit. We got NBA, got a single from the MLB, and hockey. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, there was no shame in number 2. That was a heck of a race, and kudos to Al for finishing at the top of the mountain there. But as far as tonight goes, it's Whale Bet Wednesday for me. 3 of my biggest plays on the ice tonight for one price, $29.95. Those are going to put some major cash in your pocket if you guys get your hands on those. Also, we got like we always mentioned, the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day passes all the way up to the yearly. You're going to make those plays anywhere from dollars down to pennies per pick. Guys always talk about it, the 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair myself with Tony, Al, Mitch, any of the cappers that you've seen on today's show. You can definitely pair us up together, and that's going to be some value as well. Or the season passes, or again, the YouTube Premium. I haven't seen a deal like the YouTube Premium in any of my years, whether it's been handicapping myself or working for the site. It's a fantastic value. It's some of the best handicapping you're going to find anywhere on the planet. And, guys, I keep saying it, the possibilities for you to spend money and make money and save money at the same time are endless at Pick Dogs. And who you like and who you want to get along with. So go check it out at the website. You won't be sorry.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, nearly 800 units of profit past 30 days. That is all documented over at Pig Dogs Premium for 2021, I should say. And, of course, you know what? You get that long-term pass, that's the best value. At 3, 7, and 38 pass, you get every play that Chris releases over on the site. And if you pair them up with another capper, that 2-for-1 pass is a great value there. You want to go with the top guns. We talked about Al McMordie, number 1 for the year. A good pass there would be a good 2-for-1 would be Chris and Al McMordie. You want to go with Chris and Ann. Ann has been performing well as well. So check them out over there at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Just a reminder, keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build our audience, gives us that positive momentum on the show. We all feel good about it when we get those numbers up. So, guys, give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And, of course, if you miss any play on the show, we're going to recap them at the end, so stay tuned. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's bring him in right now. Mitch, you'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. And, of course, he's part of that morning show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So let's go ahead and dial in Mitch right now. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's I've got to say, I'm a little worn down, but I think moving the morning show back to 10:30 should help a little bit. This way I get to sleep in until about 3:30 or 4 o'clock my time.
Yeah. early.
There we go. I was muted. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, we got you. We heard you fine. We heard you loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mitch, let's take a look at the game here from the NHL. You'll be looking at the Blues against the Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights here, road favorites are $1.39, total 5.5.
Well, I've been doing the Mitchie Puck segment on the morning show, and I've been enjoying doing that for sure. But this was one of the it wasn't the Mitchie Pucks pick of the day, but this one is – well, I've done it the last 3 weeks in a row, so I figured I'd won all 3 of those games. So I just go back to the exact same strategy. I open up our Pick Dogs consensus report. My picks have been absolutely ice cold in baseball to start the season. So it's like, if my picks aren't good, well, why not lean on I got to having to work with some of the best handicappers in the world. So it's a nice luxury to have here. And you guys, of course, have access to all of them as well. So I just go to the consensus report. It costs $19 or something for 3 days. It's like $50 for a month. And so far, the last 3 weeks, I've picked winners off the consensus report on this show. So I'm not a real hockey guy, but the consensus report is. And 3 cappers on Vegas, 1 on St. Louis. I'm going to take Vegas.
All right, Mitch, you're on Vegas Golden Knights, laying to 139 against the St. Louis Blues. All right, Chris, you can see why the cappers here are on the Vegas Knights. When you look at the Blues, averaging just 1.4 goals per game past 5 games and on a losing streak.
Losing streak and at home where they haven't played their best hockey by far this season. And that's really not a recipe for success. This is the same St. Louis team that won the cup a couple years ago. They're having a hard time bouncing back, and I think this is another time where they're going to have a hard time bouncing back against Vegas, who's clearly the better team here. I love this price with Vegas. I'll take Vegas all night.
I agree there. When you look at the Blues at home this year, minus
the Blues
18 units.
Yep. Also 2-15 on the puck line at home for the Blues, so you could sprinkle a little something on the puck line for Vegas if you're into that sort of thing. Which I
All right. Love the puck line there. Action there from Mitch. All right, Mitch. Why don't you let everybody know what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? We got some NBA and of course that single from baseball.
Yeah, I got NBA going on tonight. I got a 3-pack, I think. But like Ron was saying, the premium on YouTube is just a great thing because it's kind of a dip your toe in the water type product, but you're getting top-notch quality with it. I think we gave out, at least I know I had a winner on there this morning. I don't know. I think Brian had the Red Sox, so that was a winner. And I think Rod's pick is still in action, but he's still in it. I don't think he's on the right side of it. And then the consensus pick, I think, is also still going. But yeah, you get a good value. It's like a dip your toe in the water. It's like, I don't really want to buy premium picks. I want to support these guys. Or it's like, I want to buy premium picks, but it's like if I spend $30 on a premium pick, I don't really bet that much. So it doesn't really work for me. But this is something where it ends up being about 25 cents a pick or less, depending on which one you get. So it's just a good dip your toe in the water type thing. And it's like, we don't all agree on the picks. That's the whole thing, is that one of us might have a premium pick on the other side. So you get to see what each capper's thought process is and, what it's kind of all about at a price that doesn't damage you too badly. So, when I first started Sports Chat Place, I started it as a membership site, and we didn't have a multi-handicap or anything. So kind of a little bit back to our roots, I always consider our site someone for whether you bet $1 a game or whether you bet $10,000 a game, we have something for you, and I think we do.
All right, guys. Yeah, check out that YouTube Premium Early and Late. You see the links below. That's some great value there right now when you check that out and click that link and follow and get signed up. All right, Mitch, I know it's at 10:30 a.m. now every day on the morning show.
Yeah, just until during the daylight savings period. We don't change clocks here in Hawaii, so it puts an awkward timing on everything for me. It's I don't know. Normally we'd move the show back to 10:30 or 11 o'clock at this time of year. We've done it every single year. This year I thought for some reason I could do it at the 10 o'clock time, which is 4 a.m. my time, which would mean I have to get up around 3 o'clock my time to do that. And I got to be honest, I've never been this. You never hear me talk about how hard I work, and the videos, they obviously don't go up by themselves. And then aside from that, I got 80 Ruffalos I got to work with every day too. Which sometimes make life easier and sometimes not. But it's kind of like I think I hit a wall is what happened, and it's like I just don't feel healthy. So it's like I gotta take a step back. Maybe that extra half hour will do it. If not, maybe I need to take a couple days off in the morning and mix it up with some other guys in there. Also, I want some of the other handicappers to start integrating them in with our daily video picks as well.
I'm always available for a fill-in row. I have the technology to run a morning show ever needed, Mitch. If you need time off,
absolutely. I mean, I could definitely use a day off here or there. That's like, you never heard me say, Tony's known me for a long time. I've never said this, but it's like, I mean, yesterday I looked at the show and it looked like I'd been in a fight. It's like my eyes were all puffed out. I had
I saw that you were getting close to Rocky on the bottom eye there yesterday.
Yeah, I get off the set. My wife's got the ice bag waiting. It's like, oh my God. So it's because I'm just trying to bring everything to the next level, Tony. It's like, it doesn't all happen by it doesn't all happen by magic. There's a lot more to it, and I never just do something and then I did good enough. It's like if something doesn't work here, it's not because I didn't try hard enough. I just had a bad idea, and I think like a lot of the things that I want to do with YouTube right now are doing that. So I've got some help on the way in the YouTube area. I've got one of the local colleges is providing me with some of their students to do some video editing for us and some other things. So that should lighten a little bit of the load. And then, like Tony said, maybe he could fill in a couple mornings, and Chris and everybody. So we'll do it, and we'll have videos, and we'll see how everybody reacts to it, and maybe it's just time for me. It's like I've enjoyed doing it. It's like I know what it's like to not do it, and I couldn't do it. Right, I lasted. My happy retirement lasted 6 days. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna play golf, I'm gonna go swim in the ocean, I'm gonna surf, and everything. I lasted 6 days, and I was getting paid for doing nothing. It's like I lasted 6 days.
That's right.
So
that's right. That's right.
Figure it out though.
All right. Figure it out, Mitch. I know it's a light day. We got to get those videos out for tomorrow morning for tomorrow's action. Have yourself a great night. And we'll tune in tomorrow
thanks
morning.
Everyone for joining us and for supporting what we do. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And it's like I want you guys, to all know that. And it's like, I've been on shows and done things where nobody's watching and nobody's participating and no one's being part of the community. And it's like, there's nothing fun about it. It's like we're all here not just because for the money or anything like that. We're all here because we love what we do, and everybody that's on this show, you should be feeling that. So, let us know if you're not, and and of course I know you will, among other things, among other things. But thank you guys. I've already talked long enough. I'm gonna get to my videos.
All right, have a good night, Mitch. Here on the drive-through.
Good night, guys.
Tomorrow. Good night. Tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the morning show. It's Ruffalo, it's Mitch, and it's Brian Bittler. And of course, you hear all that noise. That's his pool getting installed, right, Chris? So we might be getting some segments from Chris from Mitch by the pool. That'd be pretty cool, huh?
It's from me by the pool. Jeez, okay. I was gonna say Tony automatically sending out the invite for Mitch. Don't worry about it. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time for my pick. Don't forget, we're gonna recap them all at the end. I'm going to be looking at this Hawks-Grizzlies. We've seen a lot of line move. There's been some late information on this game. We'll cover it for you. Hawks laying 2, total 225.5. You can find near pick 'em now because Gallinari and Capella will not play in this game. But I'm still going to go with the Atlanta Hawks in this one. I'm on record here for -2, and I'll tell you why. It's back-to-back for both teams. In their 8 back-to-back games this year, the Grizzlies took a huge dip defensively as they surrendered 8 points above overall average, scoring 4 points fewer than average. Now, one thing we note about Memphis, they're dealing with cluster injuries that will impact their depth. When you look at their team right now, Melton, Clark, Winslow, all injured or questionable. It looks like they will not going to play. Jaren Jackson's been out for a while. And of course, John Morant told everyone he's going to play. Let's see how he looks. He had that hip injury. He had to leave the court. So I've got my concerns here about John Morant, especially in a back-to-back spot this late in the season. You got to take care of your guy. I'm going to go ahead and take Atlanta -2. You can get him in a pick 'em. I know Gallinari, Capella, late scratches, Chris, but I'm still going to go with the team here with the Hawks. You got Grizzlies here traveling.
And this is save my boring analysis of the day for last because you took all my good points. This is exactly I'm with you on the Hawks here. The Grizz on a back-to-back had a huge drop-off in the second leg of the back-to-back. They're dealing with a litany of injuries, and with John Morant, we all know he's got the talent. It's just a matter of seeing it and believing that he's back to being 100%. And again, like I said, I'm going to have to see him back on the floor before really, believing that it's true. And you go with the team with the slightly healthier lineup. You still got Trae Young, and you still got all the top tier Hawks in the lineup. So I'll take the Hawks lay the bucket as well.
All right, agreement here with the Hawks laying the 2. And of course, you can shop around and see this one here at Pick'em. But we're on record here for -2. Guys, check out Pick Dog's Room. I have a 2-pack. I repurposed my 3-pack. My baseball game already started, so I got 2 plays from the NBA ATS. Check them out there, and I also have those. I have a 3, 7, and 38 pass over at Pig Dogs Premium, so go long term. Find me over there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show. It's time to go ahead and let's do the show recap. Every play from today's show, and will join us for this segment. All right, we start here with James. He was in the Mavericks Rockets over 223.5. Nino's Jazz laying the 2 against the Suns. Al McMordie Spurs plus 6.5 against the Nuggets, and was on the Wizards -3.5 against the Magic. Ron Romanelli, Diamondbacks Rockies over 11.5 runs. Chris, Hornets Thunder under 213.5. Mitch was on the Vegas Golden Knights laying to 139 against the Blues. Yours truly, Hawks laying to 2 against the Grizzlies. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
And it's like asking me which one of my kids I love more, because I'm stuck between I'm stuck on the morning show between Ron and Mitch. I'm going to lean Mitch's way with the Gold Knights, but I give honorable mention to Ron with that D-backs and Rockies over.
All right, look at there with the Mitch side. All right, and we want to hear from you. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Oh man, I was like, please say Mitch's pick, because I'm definitely going towards Ron's. Love that overtime for a reason. Two starting pitchers coming off of bad outings, and this game's in Denver, so these two teams play. This always goes over.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be on there too with the D-backs Rockies over 11.5. Mad Bum, of course, Zenzatella, two pitchers are not in a really good form right now, so I'll agree there with that selection. All right, that'll do it for another edition of the Drive-Thru. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all again. I got 8 cappers booked on the show, and I'll even make another appearance tomorrow on the show, so be sure to tune in. Anne's been hot on the show and been doing very good work over at Pig Dogs Premium. And, of course, it all gets started at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show with Mitch, Rod Zawacki, and Brian Biller. I was bringing the crew from today's show. Let's send you guys off with a nice good luck and a wave goodbye. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with